I might be the dumbest individual probably ever. Regardless, I think it is a little bit delusional to keep doing things over and over. And that's what this video is about. Massive risks when I know the implications that come with it and just kind of expecting a different outcome. I have a story for you, and in order for it to make sense, I have to start from the beginning. So in February, I bought a Range Rover Sport Supercharged 2011, great mileage, great Carfax. There's just a lot of context, and I'd love to answer more questions, but just for the sake of time, I'm going to leave a lot of details out. But I was under the impression this guy was a pretty cool dude. Most Land Rover owners know the moment that you get the vehicle is the moment that you walk into your next problem. That's what happened. I drove it all the way back. It made it fine. I was smelling things that I shouldn't have smelled. And ultimately, over the course of just doing research, having multiple people look at it and conversating with the person who sold it to me, he was willing to fix the vehicle and get it running again if I was able to get it back to Dallas. For the sake of free, because you know what they say, if it's free, it's for me. And if I got to pay, no way. That's kind of the risk I took. I mean, I had other choices, but that was the choice that I made. I don't know. I just hoped for the best. But during that time, I was definitely diligent in what I had. My endurance has been tested. My patience has been tested. Not even just with this, but with starting a new job and stopping, the previous kind of career path I was on. I had to lock in anyways. So it was almost better for me not to be driving the vehicle around because I like it so much. There's a certain boundary that you got to draw where it starts to piss you off and affect how you move daily. And I just received no information on the vehicle. It was supposed to go down there to have full injector replacement, 2 new fuel pump replacement, and he was telling me that he wanted to get the gear shifter looked at because there's like a gearbox fault because the linkage is just not, it's old. I'm like, dude, just fix what I sent it down there for. I need it back as soon as possible. The fault is still there, and I'm just like, so you kind of took all this time. And I had recorded and edited an entire video where I didn't oust this guy, but granted, I know what I just stepped into. Let me put it to you like this: if you understand a situation, do you not feel more confident so that way you can find a solution, or would you just rather not know? He was kind of just like, I'm taking care of it, don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And anybody that says don't worry about it, I'm like, instantly, I'm worried about it. I don't know. And maybe I should have given him more grace. But if it needs to stay longer, just let me know what is going on with the car. If it needs to come back or you don't have a solution, let's not wait longer. Give it back to me. We'll spend the money and get it back to me, and we'll figure out something else. But like, bro, like a month's time, I could have sent it to somebody I trust. In the same money that I spent pretty much on Ubers and food, like I could have spent that on what should have been replaced and have it as a service record. I have no service record. When I got back into the car, like even my air fresheners were gone, like taken out. I even had a broom in there. The broom is gone. The tripod is gone. Like I sent it down there with a fresh car wash and a full tank of gas, and it had like a quarter tank of gas, and it was filthy. There were bugs on my windshield. It was driven, like the whole thing. And so would you or would you not say that person's name and why people shouldn't work with them? Michael Dupree Callahan. All you had to do was just communicate with me. I can show you guys text message threads. I asked the same question like 4 different times. I never got an answer. And don't get me wrong, I did not intend to make this video or to document this journey to do this. I had already edited a whole other one, but when I went outside this morning and my car didn't crank on to go to church, now you done pissed me off because I just trusted you. You know what I mean? And I wanted to extend grace and give you an opportunity to rectify this, and I got the car back and it has the same issues. Man, I'm willing to document this journey and do this so you guys don't have to. So somebody help me find a solution. And that's really all I want to do, is just find a solution. Should I sell the car? Maybe, maybe not. In the amount of money that I end up putting into the car to fix it, I don't know if I want to sell it at that point, because I would like it. Or, hey, like, should I cut my losses and get a different car? Where should I move? Now, obviously, I know Land Rovers have issues, but what's up? Like, this is something I wanted to do as a kid. Let's find some options. Let's grow as a team. I don't know what I'm doing, obviously. But like, I want to find out. So if we have some intelligent people in the chat, let me know. But just to prove that I wasn't making this video intentionally to damage somebody's name, here's the video that I edited before. I don't know. Roll the clip. I'm just hoping, dude, I'm really hoping that when I get there, that it's not a complete catastrophe. Like, it's at least something to work with to get it back home.
Welcome back. I may have made the dumbest decision. English. I may have made the dumbest decision ever, or I may have made the best decision ever. I don't really gamble, but this is a huge risk. I'm supposed to fly to Dallas tomorrow. It's 10 o'clock, and I haven't even bought my ticket. I'm losing it. And more on that in a minute. I need to pack a quick bag, but I can't tell you exactly why just yet. Let me get my stuff together. I'll see you guys in the morning.
It's so much colder, but it was no surprise. Did you ever?
I just caught an Uber. I'm going to Uber to my car and hope and pray that after a month and a half of being in the shop that it is done right and I didn't fly down here for no reason, and I'm not going to get stuck, and there's going to be nothing wrong, and there's going to be I don't even know. And I hope I don't get pulled over on the way back, man. I have to work tomorrow, so we'll see what happens.
It's a very different type of shop I'm seeing here.
Okay, I just got here, and this place is pretty sick, actually.
So we'll see what happens whenever we get to the car. I'm just praying that it starts.
This is my first time back in the car in over a month. I am terrified. Yes! Yes! Oh my God, those are crazy. I'm shaking. Oh, please God. Oh my God.
Welcome to the worst decision I think I've ever made in my life. In my last video, I talked all about why I've kind of stepped away from video. In that same vein, I've also taken massive risks. This being one of them. I've also sold all my cameras except my ZV-1, and I've kept all my lights, and we are going to start from scratch. Honestly, a car that I've wanted since I was a kid. A V8, a supercharger in it was just like, I understand that these things have problems, which leads me into the next point, is that as soon as I bought this car, you walk right into it the moment you sign it over. And so it got worse. Once I parked the car, I left it alone because of the light. And this is literally like within an hour of me being back home in Tulsa. When I got back to the car hours later, it didn't start. And I was like, what? Eventually, as I started to kind of learn more about it, I had a couple people look at it. The injectors 4, 5, and 6 were stuck open, and then I realized that the fuel pumps were all non-existent practically. Now for the year, it's kind of like a given, but I had no choice but to figure out a way to get it fixed. And so I ended up reaching back out to the guy who sold it to me, and he was like, look, man, I'm so sorry, just get it to me and I'll fix it. That's kind of what we did. He towed it all the way down to Dallas, but the car was in his possession, or in their possession, for over a month. And in that time, honestly, I didn't have any other choice but to sit and be still. And so instead of kind of whining, groping about it, I was like, look, I purchased the headache. This is something I asked the Lord for. Look, I know what the risk is, but I'm just going to go ahead and take it. And so we did that. We sat on it. We worked really hard, got overtime, waited some more, waited again, took all the jokes in the world. Oh, your Land Rover this, your Land Rover that. But my response was just like, well, when I get it back, it's just going to be unreal. Like, it's going to be the best 2011. So that's where we're at. So yesterday, I bought a flight like at 3 in the morning, flew down there to pick it up, and for 2 months, this thing would not start on the first crank. It would just like, and then cut. And I was shaking. I was like, dude, if I sent this down here, waited a month, how do I know that it's been done right? Like, I almost want to take it back and just pay for it to be done. It started on the first try, and that's, I recorded it, you saw. Drove it all the way back. There's like some things missing from my car, and they're weird things. It's not like from the car itself, but just things I had in it. Number one, an aux cord that I put in there was missing, and I just bought that. I don't know why. I don't know if you can resell those, but a tripod was missing, an air freshener was missing. When I got the car, the tires were brand new, and they're not terrible, but it's very evident that someone drove this. So that kind of had me spooked. But anyways, she's back. This is Ruby, the Rover, and she's my baby. I think the only reason I'm okay with taking risks like this is because, like in this moment in time, I'm not married. I really have no crazy responsibilities. My expenses are super cheap. Like, if there's ever a time, the time is kind of now. I'm not necessarily a bachelor, but hey, my only responsibilities are being at the church. And so, I don't know. I want to do it now while I can, and if it sucks, dude, hey, at least I'm doing it so you don't have to. That's kind of where I'm at. It's like, I'll do it so you don't have to. How's that sound? Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you so much, and I'm so glad that you took the time to watch. And honestly, if there's any way that we can connect, whether it's at church, a coffee, or just a few DMs and a text message, please let me know. Follow me on Instagram. My name is, never mind, I'm just gonna put it in the description. This has been Curly D and Ruby Ree, the ones to be, the ones to see, and I'm out. Hey, let me see you do your, let me see you twirl.